definitely continue. There's no M assignment yet. There's no red and standard deviation, so doesn't rule out being long. Maybe we see some more expansion up to earnings, and then earnings come, and maybe it sells off. It sells on the earnings. Who knows? Let's see. We have some options analyzer for the splice posted now. Awesome. Not much odds of L2 or L1 compared to H1. There's definitely been more lows and highs for L1, H1. 500 days. Great. Yeah, so it doesn't look too concerning regarding that splice for lower rest of the week. All right. We're getting close to an hour. I'm going to post this picture again. But I want, as a team, to look back over the three I presented and rule out two and pick one. Yep, gotcha. So we know with CHD, Church and Dwight, as I went over, definitely a rebound name. With the tariffs potentially coming off, that definitely help their business. The costs will go down. Profit margins get better. Stock goes higher off that news. It's also been so beaten down the past year or two. Then we have Cisco, as I showed, that great compression expansion illustration I showed. I'm thinking for Cisco would be a short-term upside play. But like I said, we have to find clues of the upside starting before we just jump in. It's because we're still in the unknown right now. Just because it's compressing doesn't mean it's going to be done compressing. You gotta see signs that it's going to be done compressing and continue expanding. Or start expanding, rather. Let's see. Yeah, you guys in the chat can say which ticker you prefer or which one looks the best. CHD, Cisco, or Johnson Johnson. Or if you find any information regarding any of the three, that's amazing. I appreciate it. Johnson Johnson. Yeah, Johnson Johnson. It looks great to me. Like I said, the current is obviously flowing higher. The thing is, will we hold this as a short-term play or long-term play? Well, let's go back to 200. Most people say Johnson Johnson. That's great. Let me pull this up, zoom in. Since I have less days added, it's already at extreme, but just because the standard deviation's at extreme level doesn't mean a lot of times it'll go sideways before it goes back down. It's not in the world, but this standard deviation being this extreme tells me I don't want to be long in this too long. We could definitely see a squeeze higher and close these open states, but if we don't, we'll have a sharp compression lower at some point. See, January 23, 220 calls, outlier low premium. Yeah, there's a big drop off there. Let's see, has some open interest. That's good. I'm glad you posted a picture of the options chain. You preferably want to choose some with some open interest, some volume, some activity. We don't want to get stuck in something that's illiquid or just low volume, low open interest. They are kind of expensive on the money. Look at that. Look at on the money. Compare that 0.90 ask for the 220. Look at the 207.5 strike compared to that 220 strike. That's over 5 times if that 220 gets on the money. That'd be an amazing play if it squeezes that high. Interesting. And I like to add too, this stock, when the market goes down, a lot of times this is like a defensive stock. A lot of people rush into this name because this is a very relatively safe name. A lot of times this thing's almost inverse to market. A lot of times when tech is selling off, the market becomes frothy. This thing stays stable or goes higher. I've been watching this for a long time. So regarding that, the Dow has been up what, 8 months, 8 positive months. If the market pulls back a little bit, if we had calls this, we'd most likely be safe in this, no matter what the overall market does. Johnson Johnson does its own thing. I think shorter term, I guess, would be the goal. Because, like I said, I don't want to get stuck in earnings, holding for earnings. I'm not sure what could happen. I have to read more after this. Well, this looks great. This wave 7. Let's pull the options analyzer again. Good amount of occurrences for H2. 71% odds happening. L2 has 64. More occurrences of L1 than H2 in general, but more odds of H2 than L2 or L1. No, L2. Sorry. Um. Yeah, people are thinking short term. Yeah, we have to find an entry for this. Hmm. Like I said, if we can capture expansion phase like this, that 0.97 ask could go to $5 pretty quick in premium, as shown in that picture in the chat. So, yeah, about 8:30 now. I went over everything I wanted to cover today regarding those 3 tickers. Now we'll be going over some questions you guys possibly have for me or just in general. We can go over them. We also go some other some other tickers if you would like. Just text it in the chat. So far, it's looked like most people like Johnson Johnson the most. Let me pull up the Wave 20 60-minute real quick again. Yeah, at 219, 218, 220 numbers are showing up a lot. That 220 strike could really work out if we have an outlier higher.